Is
All
there
right.
another way?
These guys are fired up tonight. What's going on, people? Welcome to Drama Free Gaming. It is what it says, and it says what it is. This is DFG podcast number 64. The 6-4. And hey, the theme should speak for itself. Listen, don't get slapped. We're going to speak about not getting bitch slapped tonight.
Well, I'm sorry. I got bitch slaps to go around. So what you trying to do? Anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, even before the shows, we were talking about somebody getting someone's testicles grabbed and almost not making it. But we'll let people sort that out. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome to the show. We're feeling feisty tonight. And yes, we're going to get into some gaming. Going to make the best of the time. I don't know about you guys, but I needed this. I needed to tune in. I needed to get on the mic and have our bowling night therapy session. And I'm sure that you guys listening as well. So thank you for joining us here on youtube.com/drama free gaming. And also again on anchor.fm/DFG podcast. You can check us out there and anywhere and everywhere that you listen to podcasts. So we won't belabor that point any longer. I'm going to cut these guys loose by introducing the one, the only Dark Dad. What's going on, Jay? Talk to the people.
First off, I ain't got shit to say to y'all until the show begins. The
show has begun. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, man. This brother said he's going to come swinging. What's going on, man? Get it out your system, bro. Tell us how you really feel.
Yo, see, if I tell y'all how I really felt, the lightning would come down, strike me, I'd be burning and hollering. And nah, y'all don't want to hear how I feel. You want to hear how I feel? Give me the subject and I'll let it loose.
Okay,
That's
well,
how I'm feeling.
I have a feeling that you still going to let us know how you feel anyway, so.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
But it's good to have you, Jay, and we're going to get to it. We're going to jump in here in a minute, but let me introduce Henyo. He's muted. He's probably self-muted. He's probably taking care of something. Henyo, you hear us?
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want the Doritos to sound crunchy across the field.
Oh, you eating Doritos?
This brother got Doritos.
Don't get Dorito dust on your mouth, man. Come on.
No, not at all. How you guys doing, man?
All right, man. We're glad to have you. You're gonna be with us for a little while here, so we want to maximize the time, man. Thank you for hanging with us, man. How has this week been? Before we jump into any conversations of anything, man, I just want people to be able to get an opportunity and put their rock on the table, lay their burdens down. Jay, what's been going on? What's been stressing you, man? Talk to us.
Oh, Lord. Hold on, sir. Why y'all got to start with me, the most ignorant person on the couch?
Well, because when I'm looking at the screen, your name, Dark Dad, is on top, like alphabetical order and stuff. So, yeah, you get to go first.
Okay. Well, first off, you young boys out here, y'all grind my gears. Y'all want me to, I want to grab some of y'all young boys by the throat and put y'all through walls. Because y'all are some of the most bitch-made motherfuckers today. Excuse my French. I know I shouldn't have said it, but I'm saying it.
Dang, we're like about not even 5 minutes into it. What's grinding your gears, Jay? What's up?
Here's the thing. Every man on this panel or that listen to the show acts like a man. We know when we got to do what we got to do. We work hard. But when a young man show up, he ain't got no spine. He want to be lazy. He got to complain about something. He don't want to work. Y'all know I work in, okay.
Go ahead, Jay.
I work in distribution, right?
Mm-hmm.
My job is production.
Mm-hmm.
In order to keep a job, my job is you got to work. They pay me good money to work.
Mm-hmm.
Not sit on my hands, not twiddle my thumbs, not complain, not say what I wish I had. I go to work. So when I work with a man, and I mean a man, a grown man, that's 22 years old, I consider you a man. If I can bitch slap you out of your shoes, you a man. If I'm outworking you, there is a problem.
That does get under your skin, right? Don't it?
Yeah, I mean,
they got to keep pace with you, Jay. Is that what you saying?
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys number wise. In my job, production wise, when you work a production job, you got to hit a certain percentage, so nobody can say anything. To me, I don't care about numbers. If I'm doing my job, numbers follow.
Right
or wrong.
What work produces results, right? Outcomes.
Yes. So
exactly.
So here's the thing. In my job, I work in a department that's called bulk. I work in distribution. So if they say, all right, you got to pull 4,000. All right. 4,000 may seem like a lot to some of you cats, but to me, I can get 4,000 done in less than 4 hours.
Because you on that grind.
No. I'm on autopilot.
Okay, he ain't even grinding. He ain't even thinking about it.
I'm just doing it.
He's a machine.
It's like you guys. You guys got your fields, and if they go, all right, Henyo, we need you to get X and X report done in 3 hours, but you get it done in 45 minutes. But then a new guy step up and he can't get it done in 6 hours. You're gonna feel a certain type of way, right or wrong.
Well, he's eating Doritos. So.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you want to work efficiently. You want to produce results. I think we're in different type of work types. So to us, everything is streamline everything, and the more you streamline, the more of a result you're getting. So I think we work in two different positions that not necessarily one might flow with the other. I don't know how to describe it.
Well, I'm looking at it
it doesn't necessarily mean that you're producing in my field. Is what I guess what I'm saying.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean in generalization. If you know, and all you brothers' fields, if somebody come in and they ain't doing what they supposed to do, and you looking at them like, hey.
For sure.
You need to do what you're supposed to do because you hurting me and you hurting my production. You're hurting what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell me, 100% production is ridiculous at my job. Like it's ridiculous. Like there are very few people that can. I average in the high 90s, and that's just me on autopilot. I ain't trying. I'm not busting my butt. I'm not putting up a sweat. I'm just like, I'm sitting on my forklift. I'm singing gospel songs. I'm chilling. I ain't even trying. I'm just like, it is what it is. So you telling me I have just hit a little above 6 months on my job. Yes, I drive a forklift. I ain't ashamed about it because there are a lot of people that can't jump on the forklift now and know what the hell's going on. It's a skill. We thank you
for your forklifting operational skills. Trust me, we do. If you don't get that merchandise off that truck into the warehouse and from the warehouse to the shelves, we're screwed. Have you seen any PS5s, by the way?
Well, okay. I don't unload trucks. So what I do is when I go into work, they go, all right, these are the numbers for the night. And they run down all the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell me, all right, this is your department. These are your numbers you have to complete by the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cool. So it could be me and 3 other people.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad. It can be me. Like they'll put a random name and a random name. I'm not trying to drop names because we don't do that because I ain't trying to shame nobody.
Nah, we don't want to do that. How
is it that everybody in my department knows they look at me and go, you doing 80% of the work tonight? It's not even a question.
So I'm gonna ask you something, Jay, because I feel you, brother. I'm with you because I've been in that situation before, and I'm sure Hanyo has been where we know our job, we know our field, we know when we're getting after it, right? We know when we're when we're
Yep,
there,
yep.
when we're locked in, when we're being efficient and productive. Like we know that. And it's like you said, we're on autopilot. But I'm gonna ask you a question. How do you, I'm gonna challenge you. How do you then make those young bucks, those young men out there? How do you lead them? How do you come alongside them and say, hey, how come I'm knocking this out and I'm twice your age, let's say. I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming,
Well,
like what's going on?
well. First off, I have a rule since I was a young man. If I'm gonna let another man outwork me, I have a problem.
Okay, that's your work ethic. I hear you, bro. I feel you.
Like if
I
I'm
feel
a
you.
when ever since I was a young man, if I couldn't outwork the older man, I want to follow and see what he did so I can improve myself, not only as work but as a man, because that apparently he knows something and he doing something right that I'm not doing. So you want to follow the ones that are like, yo, this dude know what's going on. He know how to work. So I want to see what he doing. I want to pick his brain.
I mean, I
I
think
want to know what's going on.
I think that might have been something the way we was raised and during our time, but I think maybe nowadays it's not like that. I don't know. Maybe Henya want to chime in. It's not like that with maybe this generation and this this workforce coming through and who eventually are going to take over what we're doing.
Oh,
Yeah, the name of the game is streamlining. I mean, I grew up, I saw like my mother work. Like she physically worked. She woke up early in the morning, she did what she needed to do to get our day going. And then, at the end of the day, we would get picked up from our babysitters and we knew she had worked a long day. Like maybe once or twice I had been to her job. So she worked in a clothing factory, so she sewed all day long. So, output was a must, either that or you get kicked out. So, you saw that she worked and she was a hardworking person. And the one thing that she instilled in us is just work. She really didn't point out the fact that, hey, you could elevate your career. You could be this, you could be that. She didn't instill that in us. What she still instilled in us is work. That's all that matters. Just work. Whatever you do, work. And it is, that's what was instilled with me. So, as I was going through my career, it was like dawning on me. It's like, I'm just working. I'm not really elevating myself. I'm not really moving forward, and through some blessings, I've been able to, advance in my career. But, it slowly dawned on me that, especially in my younger years, that, work is work unless you make something out of it, unless you elevate yourself, unless you step up your game. And I think that's the difference. Maybe, people expect that they're going to get a job, expect that they're going to be promoted, expect that they're going to, get places. And, they don't realize that, you really do need to put your time in. You really need to, elevate yourself. And there's plenty of people out there, just as many people that, just show up and what my wife loves to call half-assery. There's people out there that hustle twice as hard.
Right.
you know what? And I can agree with you on that, 100%.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't personally get upset or tight when people are not pulling their weight, you might say.
I do.
I used to. Okay, I used to, but now I don't. You know why? Because I look at it this way. I'm like, I'm gonna knock out what I'm gonna knock out. And I'm looking at it from a perspective of, okay, how can I elevate this person's game? How can I get them on board? Because the reality is that person might not be going anywhere. They might do just enough to remain, or maybe there's somebody's son, and they got that guarantee spot, and you're stuck, man. You basically are like, you know what? This person ain't going nowhere. They probably fire me before they get rid of this person. So how can I come alongside this person? That I've had to do that. I don't know if you guys have had to, but I've had to. Man, I've had to step up the game, man. I've had to make it a game. I've had to do those things, man. But it's benefited me at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just say this real quick. It reminded me of Chris Rock's stand up one time. He said, "You know what a GED stands for? It stands for good enough diploma."
There you go. Good enough diploma.
Okay. See,
and
that's true.
Like, how can you make up 4 years of high school in like 6 months?
No, listen, and let me tell you something. For the record, I have a high school diploma. Okay, I didn't get a GED, but to get a GED is no joke. It's no joke. It's not the easy road. It's not the easy way out. Okay, it's you got to prepare and study. Like you just said, it's 4 years compressed into like 6 months of schooling to take this test and score I don't know what. And I've known people who have gone that route because of personal reasons or whatever, that they've had to go that route. They just couldn't remain in school. They had to take care of a sick one or whatever, and it wasn't easy, bro. So. But yeah, I get it. People always looking for shortcuts. I think that's the point.
Well, here's the bottom line. It sucks.
Yeah, it does.
When you have to carry a load that you shouldn't have to carry. Mm-hmm. When you have to go to work and you see a young guy who has more energy, who should have more brains, who should have the ethic to go, you know what? I'm not going to let this older guy show me up. Mm. Because that's how I thought. Maybe I'm from a different breed.
Yeah, you are. You're an alien.
Maybe I'm that guy that shows up to work and I'm just like, I just want to get this crap done and I want to go home. Mm. And that's my mindset.
Right.
So when I go to work and they announce numbers and I'm doing things, they can hand me 10 hours worth of work and I can get it done in 4 hours. And that's autopilot mode. Mm-hmm. I ain't trying that hard. I ain't working that hard. I'm just like, man, I'm just chilling.
And then you tell me you do that, right? And then they send your ass home.
Exactly.
So you miss out. You miss out on 6 hours of work because you're so efficient.
and so, but then you brothers also know it's also about the leadership you deal with. Mm. And I don't know if you brothers have ever dealt with a man that you had to tilt your head and go, if you don't put some bass in your voice, I'd have bitch slap you from here to Mississippi. And what I mean by that is when my boss steps on the line, my boss is younger than me. Mm-hmm. So that brother come in, he be like, all right, guys, happy Friday. You know, it's happy Friday. I hope you guys are ready to work. I'm like, man, really?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm like, is this how you motivate somebody? You don't put no bass in your voice. You walk up to somebody and you want them to pay attention. Like, can I get you to pay attention? You be like, I mean, like you, like, dude, like my boss will not step to me as a man. He will not. Mm. Like, he won't come to me and be like, Jay, this what's going on. This is what it is. You know, I'm sorry it's this way. I need you to accept it and be cool about it. Like, he don't know how to come at me like that. And I'm sorry. You can't come at me soft.
You don't respond to weakness, is what you're saying. You don't respond to weakness.
Sam, you know this about me personally.
Yeah, I call your ass when you're trying to like hide out in the darkness or something. Be like, hey, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, like you can't come at me weak, because if you come at me weak, you liable to get something you don't want to hear. Uh-huh. But if you come at me with the your back straight, your voice strong, I'm like, all right,
but I gotta say this. Jay. I gotta say this. Because Sleek is in our chat on the YouTube side, and he's talking about that he was last night in Naples, Florida, picked up his PAX tickets from while he was on the beach today.
Hold on.
And he said the reason why. He said the reason why your boss won't even roll up on you like that is because you're a big ass dude. So
Well, first off, my boss is all of 5'10",
Well,
and I will
hey.
take him out back and beat the dog shit out this dude. All right,
But we get you, man. We get you. I understand.
No. I am that guy.
I understand.
Like I will take my name tag off and be like, yo, you want to take this shit outside? Cool. That's just me.
Nah, but that's why
I don't.
That's why I love you, Jay. That's why I love you. I mean, I would expect you to keep your name tag on so that the person knows who's whooping on their ass. So you see that tag? Read it. What's this? Say my name.
Nah, you catching, and I'm sorry to say this, you are catching an unadulterated 90s ass whooping. You going out to the backyard, you getting broke off, and after that, I might offer you something to drink. Like, yo, we can be cool now. But if you lost that fight, you need to go to the gym and practice.
Yeah, no.
That's what you need to do.
Sleeky says in the chat, he says, "I'm 5'9" and I'll bite your ankles, bro." That brother go chihuahua on your ass.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Sleek got that spirit like I do. I'm like, you know what? I'm like anti-violence. Well, let me not say anti-violence, because there is a time for justified warfare. Let's call it that, right? Let's give it a fancy name. But
I can agree with that.
But and those are the situations like you just said. And Sleeky just said, I said, the dude's bigger than you. You got to find out how you going to get your licks in, right? So bite your ankles.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know Sleek had Chihuahua in him like that, but I ain't mad at him.
I don't know.
I'm cool with it.
Oh man, well let's talk about some gaming and stuff, man, because we got, I didn't even get to Henyo about his frustrations. We know that the Henyo's been driven the last couple of weeks. I mean, unless he wants to vent a little, let's give him an opportunity to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Henyo. This brother's been putting it in the Discord. Listen, I want to throw up when I go to work in the morning.
Oh, that's right. I remember that one.
Yes, sir.
It's just been a weird year at work. It's just been a taxing year at work.
I read said a year.
Wow,
it's only April, bro.
Started, man.
It's 4 months into it. We're well into this year. Yeah, it's just been taxing. I don't know what it is. It's just busy. It's just a lot of things to do. A lot of things break. A lot of things to fix. Stuff like that. A lot of transition stuff. So, sometimes you just like mentally, you're just, you feel no resolve. You feel like, empty. You're like, what am I doing after a while? It's like, because it's just one onslaught work after another. And this is what I'm kind of, I was trying to relay earlier with Jay. Jay, you're going to drive your forklift and, occasionally you drop a pallet or, you skid out somewhere. But for the most part, you've got a task, right? You got a task and that task gets performed. With me, it's a little bit more technical. There's, things and, software that could go bad or glitch or do different things or, people you got to deal with or, and that's equivalent to like, a slippery floor or something like that in my field, but in your field. But, it's just there has not been no mental break at work. Normally there's like a break in the pace, all right, I could take time off, I could take a weekend off, thinking about, and it just feels like it's just been going on and on and on every week, every month. There's something different. You fix one thing and, like putting your finger on the wall with the spout and water comes out one side and you start questioning yourself. You're like, what, am I doing anything right here? What's going on? And it's just a series of events that hopefully will just, hopefully go by.
Let me ask you this, and I don't want you to divulge too much. We're going to say you work in IT, correct?
Yeah, that's safe to say.
Okay, we're going to say you work in IT.
Anyone in IT will relate to me easily.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Leaky says, I feel you, Henyo. He knows, that's his field. That's what he does as well.
So you computer nerds out there, you IT geeks, you IT saboteurs. Is it too much to say that if the code goes wrong, if something crashes, that you got to deal with Why is this going on? Can you fix it? Why isn't this fixed yet? I need to call you and talk to you about this. Well, I ain't got to it yet because I got 8 other things over here I got to fix.
That.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
exactly
right, right.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
So is that what
there's
it
always
is?
there's always a queue of work that needs to accomplish, and that's not even on top of the goals that you want to achieve throughout the year, right? My job isn't just fixing stuff; it's putting things in place, making it better for the company. You understand? It's not just about repairing stuff. It's almost a plumber just doesn't want to fix broken pipes all day long. He wants to create the perfect home that has the right flushing in it, and stuff like that. He just doesn't want to fix
Right.
pipes all day. He wants to create the perfect drainage system and stuff like that. So we have our own goals that we want to achieve at work, and when you're constantly being pulled away to work on something different, it takes away from your time to deal with stuff. So
Yeah,
little
Sleek
stuff
says
like
in the
that.
chat, he's saying, and I'm probably gonna butcher it, but he says, love when VoIP goes down district wide, same time as a module in a switch, and some PSU burn out and a UPS.
Yeah, I literally know what he's saying. Basically, he's saying that when the internet goes down because some network segment is a network hardware went down, it might be because of the power unit in it. So that's basically what he's saying.
Yeah,
there, but,
thank you for translating.
I know, right?
Yeah, because he says
basically,
because he goes on to say, "Bro, I'm no programmer. I have social skills." So you're just trying to be. He's saying he's just trying to be proactive, right? At the end of the day, we're just trying to get it done. We're trying to get it
we
done.
want to excel at what we do.
Exactly.
Just don't
Okay,
wanna
so
fix
I gotta
stuff.
add. I'm gonna donate this question to both Henyo and Sleek. What is the dumbest question you've ever gotten in your field?
Ooh.
These guys probably gotta pull out their handbook of notes.
Yeah, because in our field, you inspect everything, and I guess it goes back to I don't know, to desktop support. Did you reboot it? Did you reinstall it? Did you do this?
Right.
And the list could go on and on and on. Did you code it? Did you check it? Did you have someone verify it? Did you enter it? Did you activate it? There's no such thing as a dumb question when you're always trying to figure stuff out or fix things. So
right.
even when you did it, you go back and you double check your work. And sometimes you just forget to do certain things. You put too much of a you double space where you should have single spaced. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like a really micro errors that'll cost you. And I think
Hold on. I don't want to cut you off, Henyo.
No.
I don't. But I gotta challenge you. As a grown man, are you sitting here and telling me, man to man, no one's asked you a question so damn stupid that even you had to stop, lean back, and go, "Are you serious?" You've never had that.
Probably earlier on in my young career, and I don't even remember it. It's probably some. Did you plug it in? I don't know. I can't.
Jay, I think what we're trying to say here is that you have, but I think as you get older and you start getting more expertise in your line of work, those things kind of go over your head or roll off your back. I mean, you can't just look at people face value and say, really, you're asking that question? It's more like that didn't happen. You go on about your business. You just go on about your. Come on, Jay. You're gonna tell me.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me. Somebody ask you a question. Go, nah, that didn't happen. You can't do me like that.
Jay.
You can't.
Jay, I'm gonna tell you something, and if you get insulted, oh well. But I'm above that, bro. I'm above that. I'm above that. I can. My character type is the moment that you decide to hit the stupid button in your life and you come at me, and I know that that we both know that you know better, you ain't there no more. You invisible. I'm not gonna waste my breath, my life, Nothing. I'm gonna walk away from your dumb ass.
Yeah,
That's me.
That's what you do. You don't stick around to answer the question.
They try to
gotta
get
go.
me fired up, man. I'm about to take up my chancleta and fling it at your ass. So-
that brother looking at you and automatically go, wah, wah, wah,
no, I mean,
There's been questions asked.
Of
there's
course,
always a
of course.
person that doesn't
Yeah.
know better.
I mean,
but,
Sleek,
you
Sleek says it. He says it in the chat. He says, "I work in education. Need I say more?" You know, I mean, we're either gonna be in a position where we're gonna be hot and bothered by everything, which I think personally, this is me, might not be you, but I'm too old to get hot and bothered by stuff because I'm above that. I'm like light years beyond you. You understand what I'm saying? And so
I feel you on that.
I'm not even going to acknowledge you. You ain't in my realm. You ain't in my space. You're not going to eat up my time, my oxygen, my emotions, nothing. You know, because what's going to happen is if I let it get the best of me, I'm going to come upside your head. and then that's not going to serve anybody. So, you know, that's just how it is, man. That's just how I deal with it.
Yeah.
Stupid questions, yes, you know, depending on the field. But I think we all have this in common, and we're gonna get to games here. But I think this is a great conversation. It's all a mental game. Even when we do physical work, it's that mental exhaustion, you know, of trying to get things going, trying to get things right, trying to be efficient, trying to hit the objective, trying to stay locked in and focused and productive and getting after it. You know, and when we're like that, when we're built like that, and we see others around us not responding in like manner, we can get down about it if we focus on that. You know what I'm saying? If we decide to just let ourselves get drained by it.
Well, I guess I let it bother me only because, and I mean, I'm taking no shot at nobody. When you got women that can step into my job, they can't perform as well as me, but you got women in their 30s that can outwork a man in their 20s.
Hey,
I gotta look down on you, man.
well, hey.
I guess that's just me in pride. I guess that's just me in the fact that when I come to work, I want to come to work. The word is work. I don't come to twiddle my thumbs. I ain't coming to make friends. I ain't coming to work to like you. I just want to come to work and I want to go home.
I hear you, brother.
Simple, plain, efficient. I don't work from home. I'm not as smart as you brothers in IT. I think you brothers got a bit more of a mindset that I can't have because you deal with people on a broader basis than I do. I don't have to deal with people on that level. So I think our mindsets are a little different. So I can agree with Henyo and you, Sam, on how you have to kind of just let it roll off your back like a duck in water. I get it. You know, I can feel you guys on that. But at the same time, when you work with somebody and you just look at them and you just go, it'd be different if you would just come to me and be like, what are you doing? Give me some advice. How can I do this? And y'all know I am absolute Charlie Brown out here. Straight Charlie Brown. So if Charlie Brown can sit you at a table,
Right.
it can tell you 1 + 1 is 2. And this is how you get, and this is how that one, and this is how you get to 2, and you can do it quickly, efficiently, and happily. If Charlie Brown explains that to you, and you looking at Charlie Brown going, wah, 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 there's a problem.
Well, I think that's like
That's just me.
I think that's what Sleeky said in the chat right now. A 2-second fix takes me 10 minutes sometimes because I think the worst. You know, and I think sometimes I agree with him. I think sometimes when we get caught up in that fuss and all that mess and whatnot, like I titled today the podcast. It's call it whatever you want to call it bait, but everybody's talking about this slap and was it right, was it wrong, who's taking sides, this and that and the other. I don't care, to be honest with you. I really don't care. But what I saw happen and what took place made me think about what we're talking about tonight, you know, how we were raised, you know, and when you got slapped, it was because you wasn't listening. You was not paying attention. All right?
No,
you wasn't taking notice, and you thought you was gonna do your own thing and get away with whatever, and then somebody came upside your head and put you in your place, right?
Oh, okay. First off, you two are from New York and grew up in a different era. So was I. So was Sleek. If a grown man walk up to me and slap me in my face, you liable to get your ass kicked. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, so
I want to say yes, but I'm trying to look beyond the encounter with these two brothers. All right, that's
not.
I don't want to. No, Jay. No, listen. No. I ain't sugarcoat nothing. No, listen. Hear me out, and then you can call me out. All right. I don't care. Right. That one brother go slap another brother, okay? Because if that happened in the hood, it would have panned out different, right? It would have probably, there would have been blows and people coming out the woodworks, manholes, jumping out the window, right? That happened.
That's true.
The way that happened and how it happened. Yeah, the way that happened and how it happened is complex, man. Did we lose?
There he is.
I'm here. I don't
YouTube, stop tripping.
YouTube is tripping. Listen, all that stupidity, everything. Let's break it down to the fundamental. Okay, it's the same reason, and I'm gonna tie it into gaming. It's the same reason why we talk about it, that these companies put out some broke ass games. Okay, and you got to have these day one patches, and they're trying to scheme and scab you wherever they can get you, you know, nickel and dime your ass and everything. Why? Because we ain't listening and we taking it. When you put your guard down, okay, this is what happened. Let's see it the raw. This is what I saw, right? I saw one man in his profession, in his field, doing what he does. He cracked a joke. He's a professional. That's what he does. You in a stage, you in an environment amongst your peers. Everybody is game. Everybody is susceptible to getting put on the spot. Okay? You're on a stage. You're with the quote unquote elites, this and that and whatever. The last thing that crossed through his mind was when this other brother was coming at him, that he was going to get attacked. But you know why? Because he put his guard down. He got comfortable. He felt it never crossed his mind. This dude's coming up here and he looks aggressive. Cause if that would have been you and I, what would you have done if you seen some dude coming at you? Even if you know this person, what would you have done? You would have put your hands up, right?
If a man is coming at me aggressively, and I see the intention in his eyes, and he want to raise his hands,
even if they were coming with a smile on their face, walking towards you, you in my space.
The moment I would have seen a hand raise and you put your hands on me, I'm beating the shit out of you. But that's just me as a man coming up from a different era. I'm sorry. You young boys out here that don't understand this, I'm going to let you know right here, right now. I came from an era I was taught. Anybody put their hands on you, you beat their ass. Period. And if you don't beat their ass, mama and daddy gonna beat your ass. That's how I was raised.
I hear you. And I'm not making any excuse. I'm saying the reason why that happened, and because Chris got comfortable, bro. Chris is comfortable. He was like, oh, he's going to come up here and probably give me a noogie or something or crack a joke with me or whatever. He wasn't expecting to get slapped or punched. And he slapped him instead of punching him. I found that interesting. I found it interesting. Why didn't he punch him? Why he ain't knock his ass out?
Yeah, I think the slap is like the ultimate like disrespect more than a punch. A punch would have symbolized, more of a, more of a like
Manhood?
aggressive, takedown state. I don't think he wanted to take him down. I think he just wanted to like embarrass him. And a slap is more, I think, means more than a punch. A punch, you're actually, it's a physical altercation. You're mad, whatever. But a slap is more like almost like your parents. They'll slap you. They don't punch you.
So it was like degrading him. Do you think he was just like sending him a message and degrading him?
Yeah, it's like putting you in your place, right? You get slapped by your mom or dad or whatever, and then it's a slap. It's not a punch. If it's a punch, now it's abuse. So I think it's almost like a degradation. Degrading him.
Okay, then let me ask you this, Henyo, as a man. Me, you, Sam, and a bunch of other brothers, we all at an event. You pick up the mic and you like, I want to give an award to my homeboy Sam, known him for years. A random guy walks up to you and slaps the shit out of you. What are you gonna do?
Well, obviously you're gonna go right back up and you're gonna square up. Yeah, I mean, but you got to think about what put you in that situation first.
That's what I'm talking about.
You got to think about it. People just don't walk up to people for no reason. I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
Unless they're gonna mug you and take your money. That's the only time somebody squares up against you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna square up against you just for any reason. They have a motive to come up to you.
Yep.
And that motive is either to take your money, or to set you straight from for something that you did.
Yeah,
and understand.
And let me say this before, and Jay, and I'll let you say a thing.
Go ahead.
It's true because like you mentioned, like we grew up in the city. I've been away from New York for quite some time. But when I go up there, the moment my feet touch down in New York City, there's like there's a transformation. Okay? You get in that New York state of mind, right? And I'm riding the train, and if my mug was serious before, it's gonna be more serious now.
Yeah.
And everybody looks that way. But it ain't like we're sizing each other up or whatever. It almost seems to me, I grew up in the city, it almost seems to me everybody is pretty much, almost everyone is alert, is awake, right?
Yep.
They're ready for something. Nothing might happen. Nobody might be in your business, but you always walk around like, yo, I'm not the one.
Right.
And that's
there's a
from
difference.
old people to young people.
Yeah, there's a difference between gamer Henyo and commuter Henyo.
I can see that.
You just you act hard, you look hard, you walk
Right.
hard, and perception is everything. Everyone will look at you and be like, I'm not gonna fuck with him.
Right. Not this
You
guy.
hope, at least.
Right.
Yeah, you hope.
So my young man out here, I'm gonna give you words of wisdom that I hope you hold on to. One, don't let money make you soft. If you let money make you soft, your ass gonna get bitch slapped just like Will, and you gonna get punked just like Will. Be a man about it. If you make good money, stay humble. But don't let nobody punk you either. Words of wisdom from an old man.
Kyle is in the chat in here. He's chiming in as well, and I'm trying to keep up with it as well. But all I'm saying, because I don't want to make this more than what it is, to be honest, guys. Because
I'm with you.
I saw what it was and whatever, and I'm like, you know what? If that would have happened in the real world, in real life, it would have been in my backyard or whatever. Both them, and you know what? And it wasn't white on black. It wasn't Hispanic on white. It was two brothers, right? Two brothers. And you didn't see nobody get arrested, right? You didn't see nobody jump in. You didn't see that
nobody got escorted out.
Nobody got escorted out. Nobody pressed charges.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No.
Right? If it would have been a scuffle between me and Jay, they would have arrested both. First of all, they would have jumped both of our asses. They would have arrested both of our asses. They would have thrown us both in forget it, in general population, right? They would have put us before the judge and sentenced our ass to the electric chair. I mean, right?
Yeah,
All
he's
this,
right on that one.
And all this talk, and I'm going to say it here, and I'm saying it because I believe that all lives matter, right? But
100%.
who was it that I think I said it, and I said straight out, I said, you know what? For the people who were like, oh, Chris Rock deserved it. No, you know what? All lives matter. We all human beings. But you telling me that Chris Rock's black life didn't matter because Will Smith's black life matters more so he can get away with this?
Well, you know
that's
what?
crap.
You know what? When you getting bitched by your wife, I guess the only thing you know about life is
Well,
being bitched anyway.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Will Smith was laughing up to the point that he looked at his wife.
Yup.
100%. 100%.
He was laughing up to the point that he looked at his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new video surfacing in which, Jade is, recording him. And she's kind of, she's using social media to kind of manipulate him. Because apparently they were having their marriage counselor, and she felt the marriage counselor isn't effectively, being effective in their, in working out their relationship. And he's like, don't use this, don't use my platform for this. Keep it out of there.
Yep.
And you could feel that she instigates stuff. And there was no doubt in my mind that she instigated.
She a Jezebel. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it straight out. She a Jezebel. You need to stay away. Kyle says it in the chat. He says words have always done more harm, started wars, ended friendships. They have caused man to act physically and verbally because of the words of another.
100% agree with you, Kyle. 100% on that.
And whoever's still going around saying sticks and stones can break my bones, but words whenever words are destructive. They are. But I'm gonna say it again. In the context of this whole thing happening, you have a professional comedian doing his thing in his environment. Everybody's fair game. Everyone who's gathered there knows this. And so the act that happened was not justified. It was wrong. It was wrong.
Well, it was wrong on Will's part for just being I'm gonna stop saying the word bitch and say Mitch. Will Smith was a weak-hearted man that was already down on his luck because he wasn't going right, and he thought that smacking another man would restore his masculinity, would have made him look weaker than what he truly was.
And she's been breaking this brother down for a long time, brother. For a long time. She's been publicly humiliating him. And I mean, from the affair to the, it wasn't an affair. And no, it wasn't transgression. I haven't felt good like that in a long time. Like, to his face, bro.
I'm sorry.
What? I'm like, what?
I'm sorry. I got too much testosterone. I would have went to jail because she would have caught a Goldberg spear straight through a wall. I would have stood up, did the whole Goldberg taunt, and called the cops and be like, y'all need to come lock me up because I just put my wife through a wall. And there's a divorce about to happen.
Man, brother, not even, bro. I'm not going to give up my liberty and go to jail for any woman. It don't matter. I'll be like, that you Jezebel? Not today, Satan. I'm out. I'm gone. There's just no way you're trying to manipulate and do what you. No, you do you, boo. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm gone. I mean, Kyle says it. He said it here. Isn't she everyone's wife according to their quote agreement? Hey, she ain't my wife.
Well, you know what? I guess if she getting passed around like a Philly blunt, I guess he can't be mad about it because he didn't do anything about it. He stood there, he took it, and that was what it was. Bro. Nope. Hold on, Sam. I need you to hit it for me.
I already hit it like 3 times. 4 times. And I'm going to throw a slap in there too. Yeah, it's just, it's just the way it is, man. I mean, I needed to get some men that are full of testosterone that, hey, we're not some violent people. I believe in self-defense. I believe in standing up for you and yours and but this is just it gets buried. All this gets buried in the quote unquote whatever you want to call it, man, where people are just like, oh, it was right, Chris shouldn't have said that. It was nah, man. You got one man attacking another man, and there's no charges, there's no repercussion, no nothing. So what are they gonna do? He's not gonna go back to the Academy Awards. He's not gonna be able to get no more movie contracts or whatever. They're gonna take his Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show. They're gonna not put it up because I haven't heard anything about it. Not that I was gonna watch it.
First off,
they destroyed him. He destroyed himself. He a dummy.
No. First off, I want to be perfectly clear on this. Will Smith is worth $150 million.
That's it?
That's it?
No, he's worth more.
Nah, he's worth more, bro.
No. Will Smith. Well, we'll round him out. We'll give him $350 million. All right. We'll just
you gotta look that up, bro. That man's worth more.
But
anyways, what's the point? Whatever he's worth.
You can take a show from this man. You can take awards from this man. That don't mean shit. He ain't hurting.
Listen.
The only thing that's hurt by this dude at this point is his pride. That's
brother,
all
he
he's
ain't
losing.
even got that no more, bro. He got no soul. How can your pride be hurt? How can you feel shame? You know what? If anything, I'm just gonna be real. I'm talking as a human being right now. We shouldn't be mad. We should pity this man. And anybody like him.
Bitch in the first place.
We should pity him, bro. Brother, listen.
He chose that path. I can't pity that.
Listen, that's all you can do.
No,
that's all you can. You can't stomp him and slap him down. He's already at the bottom of the barrel, licking the crud, bro.
Touche.
What are you gonna do? Like, there's no. You come off the top rope. It doesn't matter, bro. He's lifeless. Let me tell you something. If anything, we should pray for this man. And I know we've said some things here because we're just being real. But at the end of the day, man, we need to pray for this man because I would not want to hear either him or anybody, bro, to come out on the news talking about he shot himself and just took his life.
Be strong, Will. Go to Europe. Get out of USA. You got the money. Go dip out.
Why would he run away?
Pull a Tom Hanks and go to Greece. You got the money to like fall off the face of the earth and be happy. Give your wife a cut and leave.
Listen, bro, I
would
turn everything over.
Let him go that easily, buddy.
Oh nah.
She got the mark of the beast on his ass. He's chipped. The dog didn't get chipped, but he did.
Oh no!
The dent on Boba Fett's helmet.
Oh, you gonna put the bounty hunters on him like that?
That's there for life, man.
Yo.
Nah, dude.
But let this be
going nowhere.
Let this be. If this podcast is anything, and I know you guys want to hear about gaming and all that good stuff. And look, if you want to know about gaming, on the screen, that's the intro to Blasphemous, the first 2 hours of when I played the game. And the game is fantastic. Go check it out if you haven't played it. It's not a new game, it's an old game. But the game is great. Never mind the gameplay, okay? My gameplay sucks. But the game is great. But let this be a lesson. Let this be a greater lesson. We shouldn't put anybody on a pedestal. The only one that deserves all the glory and the praise and the worship is God Almighty in heaven. That's it. No man, no woman, no child, no job, no career, no fame, no fortune, no nothing. And if you stop listening to what's right so that you can go on to make right choices and live righteously, you're going to wind up getting slapped. That's just the bottom line. You're going to get slapped throughout your entire life because you want to be willfully, no pun intended, stupid. Not ignorant, stupid. And that's the world we live in today. The world's upside down, topsy-turvy. You want to redefine this and restructure that and reconstruct this and what, like we taking common sense and throw it out the window. Nah, man. Not while I'm breathing. No, I refuse.
No.
Refuse to bow the knee. That's all it is. It's I'm not talking about do away with people that don't think like me and don't believe like me. No, we can all live on this rock. We all breathe the same air. We all bleed the same color. Just don't impose yourself on me, and I won't impose myself on you. And we good.
Can agree to that.
That's all. That's all it is. Pray for Will. Pray for this man, because, that's all I keep thinking. Like, how many other men and women have been in a destructive relationship like this, and at the end, they just take themselves out? And that would be, I don't even want to think about it, bro.
Yeah, that is sad.
I don't want to think about it, because if you've ever been close to anybody and they've taken their life, it's you never get over it, bro. You never get over it. It's just you just keep asking yourself. There's no closure. You're just like, why?
And that's why I'll tell anybody, before we move on to the gaming segment of this podcast, I just want people to know, first and foremost, everybody that sits on this panel, we're all human. We all have problems. But find somebody to talk to if you're hurting that bad.
Yeah, man.
And that's why I'll tell anybody, we can't, the men and the people in our group, we can't help everybody with all problems. It ain't gonna happen. But if we can at least, there's somebody here that can help you with something. If it's just, I pose a question, hey, what do you guys think? You're gonna get an answer for someone. Whether you like it, whether you hate it. But ask for the help. Because suffering in silence leads to tragic consequences. And tragic consequences hurt your family, your friends, the people that love you. Don't suffer. That's why we have friends. And even sometimes it's the person that you don't know that can give you the best advice because it's unbiased. Search for help. It's out here. Whether it's from one of us, whether it's from a family member, whether it's from therapy, seek help. Don't get bitch slapped like Will, because you're going to get clowned. But find help.
And he ain't get bitch slapped. It was Chris Rock.
That's true.
Yeah,
So,
but we don't know. Will
we
is
don't.
being bitch slapped. In the background, we don't see that bitch slap, but it's happening.
That's true.
But
That's
so
true.
on to the gaming segment of the show.
Look at Jay pushing us along. I don't want to be moved along.
Nah. I want to know. Even though I'm pretty sure we've all known, and I got my opinion. Henyo, tell me your opinion on the PlayStation Network prices and what they have to offer, if you remember what they are.
Nope.
God, I took a very small look at it. I didn't really get into it. I haven't had the cycles for it, but
That's all I
don't
hear.
know. I got a notification from PlayStation about the changes coming, but honestly, I haven't had like the time to really like look at it.
Can you fill them in?
Dissect it.
Can you fill them in time?
I'm just gonna tell you this: the bottom tier, nothing's changed. Is what you have if you have PlayStation Plus. The next tier, you get a little something. The next tier, for a little something more, you're gonna pay more. And the last tier is if you're stupid enough to pay for all that, and it's not even worth it. That's my opinion.
Wow.
Let's move on to the next thing. Listen, my critique, Jay, to be honest, straight out, I don't want to talk about the PlayStation tiers and compare it to GameStop to Game Pass, because I think it's two different beasts, two different approaches. PlayStation's decided that they're going to do it their way. They're taking the Nintendo approach, their emulation sucks. Nintendo's emulation sucks for that N64. PlayStation's is probably not going to be any better. Now, I'm saying that I don't have a PlayStation in hand, but even if I did, I wouldn't subscribe. You know why? What the number one reason why I would not subscribe to the PlayStation tiered program? Because I can't pay for it with Bing points.
Go ahead and give PlayStation the price is wrong, brother.
And that is where Microsoft, for me, got them beat. I've yet to pay for Game Pass Ultimate because I paid with my Bing points.
Well, that's because you a cheap SOB, but I ain't mad at you.
Because I am an intelligent. And then you can add whatever you want to add after that. Okay? I'm intelligent. I'm not going to get bent over backwards or forward or whatever to pay for something that if I own, I got to pay for it all over again. Nah, man. That's not. Nope. That's not happening. And what's more customer friendly? What's more consumer friendly? You give me an option to pay for it with Bing points, and all I got to do is open up your Microsoft rewards and answer like 3 questions. It takes me like 10 minutes to do it on a daily. And you accumulate those points, and at the end of the month, I got enough for another month. I just stack it, bro. I stack it, and at the end of the year, guess what I'm doing? I'm renewing it with Bing points. I don't see PlayStation doing that anytime soon. I don't see Nintendo doing that anytime soon.
Sadly
so no.
Enough,
nope. I'm not doing it.
As loudmouth as I am, I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah. I'm not,
I got something.
Uh-oh.
I pre-ordered Trek to Yomi.
Okay.
Who? Wait, what?
Okay.
What's Trek? Wait, is Trek to Yomi the
yes.
Is that the Castlevania thing with the samurai?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, well, so let me ask you this: since you did Trek to Yomi, how's Ghost of Tsushima going for you?
It's going, man. That board opened up some more. The first half of the game is like it's a small world, but then they like once you get good and your character develops, that world opens up. The second half of that island is huge. So, needless to say, I got a lot to do.
That's what happened with me with Blasphemous. Like, I started playing the game, and you have to do. Well, I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody who's gonna play, but just when you think, okay, I'm gonna hit these things, these checkpoints or whatever, and then the map opened up like terribly big, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of game behind this game, and I think I'm like 20 hours plus deep into the game. And it's a great game. It's been entertaining, but I'm ready for, and I'm gonna say it, and I know that Jay's gonna get on my case, but I'm ready for like Division 3.
Ooh,
See, I can't get on your case because I'm sitting on my couch and you say Division 3, and there's a question mark that pops on my head. Division 1, Henyo, if you don't know, if Kyle's in the
Kyle's still here.
If he's in the chat.
Still here.
He grinded with us. There was a couple of other cats that we grinded Division 1, Division 2. We kind of fell off. Division 3. If you don't deliver Ubisoft, you can burn. You can't get my money no more.
They can announce it tomorrow, to be honest, and I'll be excited because I love that series. I can't.
They just announced they released the new.
Play 2.
Yes, I did. I played 2. The problem was that Ubisoft decided to try to appease everyone and they made an 8-man raid instead of a 4-man like we used to do in the division. I mean, there was just, again, trying to just appeal to the masses and all that other stuff. And there was just content in that game that, how could you get to it how could you do the raid even when they did a dumbified, if that's a word, a dumbed down version of the raid? I mean, there was a lot of stuff that they did that I'm hoping that when Division 3 comes, that they've learned, and they don't force. I hate when I'm forced into, oh, you want to do this content? Well, this is the criteria you got to meet. And a raid in the Division 1 was 4-man. Why did you do an 8-man raid? Why? Because you wanted to be like Destiny? Destiny's 6 men. And you know how difficult it was to get 6 people to play? I mean, 6 people that you knew? Because unless you was all right with playing with perfect strangers and they carry you through. I hate being carried, bro. That's not fun for me.
Well, me and you didn't carry each other. We, in Division, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Division 1. That was Division 1. But Division 2, everybody fell off, man. That's just how it was.
No, we had a couple cats that stayed up on the game, and they still do now, but...
Yeah,
I feel you. I feel you.
You got some cats, but that's all they play, man. They don't play nothing else, and it's about something like, I don't know. You know how I am. You know my play style. You guys volunteer me as a leader.
You two put him in a Stone Cold Stunner. That's all that happened.
Whatever, freaking YouTube. It's okay. Y'all can talk.
Oh man, that brother got upset. He's like, "You two done did me wrong again."
It's okay. I ain't gonna say nothing. You too stupid. That's all.
Hey, no, why you mad at YouTube, man? Don't be hating.
I don't know, bro. I go through all the checks, and it is YouTube, to be honest with you, bro, because I know my computer can handle this and then some. So YouTube just don't like that I'm speaking the truth, but it's all good.
What is it? The truth, like rain, don't care who it fall on.
You know what I'd be down for? If not the Division, give me a reinvented Splinter Cell.
They're doing that.
Are they? When?
Splinter Cell's coming.
When?
Splinter Cell's coming back. Ubisoft
When?
already announced a new Splinter Cell.
When?
They didn't. Like any other game company, we can't.
It ain't coming.
We can give you a TBA.
It ain't coming. How long they been saying that? And what game would you like to either see a sequel, or you're just ready to play a reimagination of something?
Oh,
good question.
I hate these questions because there's so many games.
It's a good question, though.
I mean, isn't there one? I mean, I know you love MLB. Like, I love the Division, that third-person world shooter, like being that soldier. Like, there's another game that I don't think it's even dropped yet. The Day After, it's supposed to be on PC. I have it like on my wish list and stuff. They've been announcing that game forever. It still hasn't released. And it's right in the vein of like the Division. It's like that world. And I'm like, where is this game? I want to play something like this, even if it's a clone. I want to play. I'm ready for that. There's another game called 3 Days in Fallujah or something like that. It's like a tactical game. Is based on real-time events. That one's a first-person shooter, but it's squad-based. I'm ready for that, man. But I'm like, these games ain't here, so.
I think the one title probably, and I'm pretty sure it's in its works. Stalker.
Okay. Stalker 2?
Yeah.
I've never played Stalker, but it looks great.
Stalker get deep. The only problem with that is the graphics are dated, and even people, it has a community that keeps it alive, though.
Because I love the Metro series.
Yeah, it's that.
But it pains me. It pains me to think about going back to Metro Exodus because I've never completed Metro. The last one, Exodus, I believe is called. How about you, Jay? What game? I know you've been doing retro and whatnot, but what game would you like to see rehashed?
What game I would love, and if is Sleek still in the chat?
I don't know. I think maybe he went. Maybe he's laying in his bed playing his Switch.
Wow. Well, I'm an old school RPG guy.
Oh, by the way, Kyle said
see,
it's a miracle Dark Dad's still awake.
you know what, that dude, y'all dudes always crashing on me, but it's all good. I still love you fellas because that's just the way it is.
It was his idea to start early, so he's got a little juice in him left.
Well, that man, that dude, the coffee runs to that man's veins, so he ain't got no right.
Yeah,
to say
Kyle
nothing.
don't sleep. He's a zombie. We know that.
That dude. If you took blood, it would come out black for coffee.
Yeah, no,
That's just what it is.
Kyle's a zombie, but got to put one to the head.
But I would love to see a classic RPGs come back. I would love to see a HD remake of Final Fantasy Tactics. I would love to see Valkyrie Profile make a return. The Grandia series, and I don't mean Grandia 1 or 2. There's Grandia 3. There's Grandia Extreme. I would love to see a new Grandia get released. You know what? There are so many games. And just so you guys know, me and Henyo, and this is kind of on a different topic. And I guess I'm glad I'll segue to it. Henyo.
Yes.
And End Time. Especially End Time and Henyo, these guys, they had their hands around my throat because I've been retro gaming lately.
Oh, there he goes. He's gonna make himself a victim.
Oh, I'm a victim, right? I'm playing. Hold on. Let me get my victim role.
Yo, don't get slapped. Don't get slapped.
They put me in a corner and they beat the information out of me. They made me a victim.
Man, Henyo was looking for you on Discord for like a week, and you ain't respond, bro. Or you just kept putting up those the get. No, you didn't even respond. You didn't even put a picture. No, you went radio silent, bro. You was holding on to that information like I don't know, man. Like
so Henyo.
Yes.
Did you find? Did I gave this guy the information, right?
He did. Yes, he did.
Finally.
So these brothers come at me. End Time started it. Dark Dad, give Henyo the information.
Yeah, man, put it up on there, man. Give the info up, bro.
So I put the info out there. Like I do it. This brother answers back with the, man, that's about as much as a system.
And we talking about an emulation device,
But I told you how much I paid, and you were still shocked, though.
I couldn't believe it. 71,000 games. $515, and that's not even with tax. And Amazon is offering free shipping. What's the difference between super?
Nothing.
There's like a 200.
Nothing.
There's a $200 difference between these two systems.
Nothing.
What is the difference?
You know what? I'm gonna set the record here straight, Henyo. I'm gonna help you out, Henyo, because this brother tells me on a separate telephone conversation. He's like, "Well, you know, if Henyo did some digging, I mean, they got some that is like cheaply priced because I know he can tinker and stuff." And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, so why you didn't post this information? Why you gotta stay quiet about it?
I'm gonna tell you why.
That's 100% true, by the way.
I'm gonna tell you why. RTFM. One of the first things I learned. Yeah. Go read the fucking manual. Go get it yourself. I learned that lesson hard at work.
RTFM.
Hold on. So
read the fucking manual. Go find out for yourself. Basically, is what that means.
Hold on. So what Sleek said in that whole thread, he was like, "Hey Henyo, you can do it yourself," and I quoted right after Sleek. Listen, I was like, "Hey, he's right." End Time comes back and goes, "Go ahead and give him the cheaper option, though."
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to get involved in any building.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
and that's what I told. That's what I told Jay. I told Dark Dad that. I said, listen, this is great, but it's work to like build this stuff, like to get the ROMs, get the right emulators, get everything that you need, bro, to get some of this stuff running. It's ridiculous. Even when you order these emulations already set up, there's still a ton of games that won't work right.
That's true.
They won't work right.
Very true.
And unless you're willing to go dig the main games, unless you're willing to go dig, it's gonna be problems. So you gotta kind of like think about that too and say, how bad do I want this? Do I really want this? I mean, at the end of the day, Henyo, and I know my time is running short, so is yours. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna have to hook you up, brother. I'm just gonna have you send me a hard drive or whatever, and I'll just copy all my stuff onto that, send it back your way. And that's what.
But because what motivated me was Dark Dad was playing these games and like he was scrolling through them. He was like, what y'all remember? And he was just pulling them out left and right, and we were just like, God damn,
he's showing off. He's showing off,
and it was sexy. It was like, all right, I could do that. I could connect it to my monitor and be done with it.
Okay. Now Henyo, in a separate conversation. In time, in the same breath, was like, you know what? I might have to go and buy one too to put in my.
I told him I contemplated. I said, man, that one is set up.
See, and that brother getting on my case, joining my side at the same time, talking two sides of the same coin.
No, I told you, it's the only reason why you get something like that, Jay, is convenience. You ain't got to tinker. You ain't got to think. It's plug and play.
And that's what I thought. I was thinking the same thing. Dark Dad just shelled it out.
Exactly.
And he said, I'm going to play the games that I want, when I want. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, that's sexy. I wish I could do that. And that's why I was like, all right, let's find out about it. What's the name of the system? I didn't even ask you. Like, I just wanted to know the name of the system.
Yeah.
And you flashed that little screenshot, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Now, and speaking of which, while we're on the subject, there was a question that you asked me that you wanted to know in 24/7 gaming life about something about retro versus now. You want to pose that on the podcast?
Retro versus now?
You asked a question, and this was probably last weekend while I was at work, and I was like, wait, what? But you asked a question. Hold on, let me pull up. Let me.
Yeah, I'm looking through it now, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
That dude. He asked me a question in 24 Gaming.
Mm-hmm. And that's on our Discord. If you guys are listening to us, you can come hang out with us at Drama Free Gaming on our Discord.
Oh, and Sleek, if you in here, that whole Sony wanna buy Konami and that whole thing, Sleek, I hate your life.
It ain't Sleek's fault.
No, he get the blame for dropping the story. That dude dropped that story. I hate your life.
That's gonna be another conversation for another day. This whole
Sega
man. and Sleek, what is it, Konami and all that stuff.
You coming on that podcast, Sleek? Me and you gonna have some words.
Yeah, I don't see that question that you talking about here. I'm scrolling back. But what was the question? Do you remember it? Like what it was? Because you're bringing it up. Got any idea?
He asked a question about retro gaming, and he wanted to know, is it 24 Gaming? Because I hit him back with the Kevin Hart meme, like, wait, what? Because he wanted, it was, I'm trying to find the question right now.
Mm-hmm. Are the graphics any different than what probably like, are these new emulators, do they make the graphics,
no.
Are the graphics the same as when they were original? Like
no.
when they were an arcade? And I think you answered the question.
No, that wasn't it, because I didn't answer the question because I didn't know how to answer the question.
Well, I can tell you, with emulation, if you're going to be emulating old school games, old school to me is old school Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System. That's old school to me. The emulators, yeah, you're gonna be playing close to the originals, like if you was playing, on actual, hardware, and yeah, most emulators out here do a pretty decent job. Some systems are harder to emulate than others, and you still got to do some tinkering or whatever. That's why I personally stick with the old school games. I'm not trying to mess with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I keep it to where it's like GameCube, Nintendo, SNES, and and if you put it on your 4K TV, it's gonna look bust. it's not gonna look right because it wasn't made. Those games weren't made to look right on our 4K TVs.
No.
So
Okay.
So yeah,
Here's
you get
the
the retro
question.
experience. Go ahead.
Here's the question. Henyo added me at this question. What I want at Dark Dad is, let's debate topic. Own a classic emulator library, cost a pocket versus saving mental insanity. Go. Those are your words. Those are your words.
Repeat it again.
You said, this is Henyo. Matter of fact, please, everybody, if you're in Discord, refer to DFG Family Life.
That's what I'm
okay.
looking at.
I know what
That's
he's
where you
referring
put it.
to.
Go down to 402 2022.
Mm-hmm.
I want what at Dark Dad has. Let's debate.
Right.
Topic. Own a classic emulator library, cost a pocket versus saving mental sanity.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Right, because it's like you have all these titles to play, and you have to shell out, for it, versus just keeping yourself where you're at with what you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're asking me, so what is the overall question that you want to know?
Yeah, let me go back to it and read it to myself because 422. You said 422.
Yeah, 4222.
Yeah,
Yep.
4222.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, 42.
4222.
And I basically what he's talking about when he says own a classic emulator library, and then he says cost to pocket, and this is okay, versus saving your mental sanity. And what I understood by it was you're gonna ditch out the money so that you can own this entire library.
71,000 games.
Exactly. You'll never have to do anything, tinker with anything, whatever. Yeah. That's saving your mental sanity, because if you went the other way, you can go grab games. That's what I did. I had the emulators, and I had gathered the ROMs and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I'm still working on stuff today.
Yeah.
And
basically, just, should I go through the effort of all this?
No.
Should I save my money?
Well, if you want my personal opinion,
Nope.
End time's gonna tell you no. Nope. Even though I'm gonna tell you right now, even though End Time's sitting here telling you no, End Time has just as many games as I do. He really does. Don't let that dude fool you. He has 2 arcade machines in his house.
The reason why.
And he has a RetroPie with about 60,000 games.
Listen,
so don't let that brother fool you.
The reason why I say no for everyone else is because for me it's like this. If I'm training you to, let's say, be more efficient at handling yourself with a gun, right? Let's say that, right? And the first thing I'm going to tell you is you have to have confidence and you can't hesitate. The moment you hesitate, I'm done. You understand? And that's Henyo is not in the frame of mind to go on the journey of having to sit down and figure this stuff out. That's why which
I'm quite capable of.
I'm not questioning your you can probably definitely set something up better than what I would have you over and tinker on my stuff. Put it that way and be like, yo, set this up for me, because it has a lot of work. But if I had to do it all over again, I would do it because I like that. To me, it's the process of putting it together that I enjoy. Because I went on and looked at these emulators and I said, this is nice, this is pretty, this is all that. And you know what I did, Jay? I plugged mines in, I fired it up, and I said, dang, I got all these games.
Yup.
What am I paying for? For the aesthetic? Nah, man. I'm not gonna pay for no aesthetics. I got all of this. I don't need it. And I bought a license and figured it out. But my headspace is I like being in the lab, and I like working on stuff. That's just my thing. And when I hear somebody is not in that frame of mind, I don't want. It's gonna be torture for them.
See, I'm gonna be real with you, Henyo. I'm gonna be real with everybody out here. And this is just how it is. First and foremost, when it comes to being computer savvy, everybody that's listened to us and know I am not the sharpest tool in the shit. I am the last person you want to ask to crunch anything about a computer. Don't ask me. I'm gonna direct you to Sleek. I'm gonna direct you to Mangry. I'm gonna direct you to Henyo. I'm gonna direct you to End Time. I paid what I paid for the simple reason of convenience.
Right.
That's it.
Yep. You ain't care about the pocket. You cared about the sanity.
See,
exactly.
Yeah. What I have, my entire gaming library, 100% is done. There is nothing in gaming that I want now. Like, there is nothing. I got more games that I can even play in a lifetime.
Yeah, we ain't never gonna go through them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
From arcade machines to consoles to PC. I got too many games and I can only focus on so many at a time. It's always been that way. You can be, don't matter who you are, it doesn't matter if you are a 9-to-5er, it doesn't matter if you don't have a job at all. You can only focus on a certain amount of games. I bought what I bought. I'm not you and the rest of you computer savvy guys out here. I can admit that boldly. Couldn't put in that type of work that you guys know, and can be like, what would have taken me a week would have taken you guys 3 hours. Because you know what you're doing. Right. You know, you guys are on a far above level than me. And you know what?
It take Henyo 3 hours. It take me 3 weeks. It take you 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
But the thing is, I'm not ashamed to admit that.
I just wanted to separate that gulf a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, rather than putting in that work that Henyo, not only could you do what's on what I have, you could surpass it easily.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look, I'm pretty sure that building a machine is not a problem. I could do it blindfolded. Is getting all these emulators together. I
got you.
That's probably the biggest hurdle to me.
I got
is putting all these emulators. Oh, there you go.
I got you. Just send me. I'm gonna give you the address. Just send me the drive. Let's just kill this right now, because you could have easily asked Jay to hook you up, but he ain't gonna do it for you, bro.
You know what? Wait a minute. Why you gotta throw me under the bus? I sent this brother 50,000 main games. 50,000 on a flash drive. It took me a year to do it. That brother's like, yo, I need you to send
I had to be on top of this, man, like white on rice. He was like, yeah, I'm going to send you the man. And you know what, Jay? And I'll be honest, I appreciate it, but I never used any of those. You know that?
I know.
When he sent me, I was like, okay, I understand how he gets it to work, but it ain't efficient for me.
No.
So I just went searching. So you opened that floodgate for me, and I appreciate it though. Because I figured out how it worked by what you sent me, but
so it
took you a year though.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to get on my case and stay with me about some things. But the brother got it in his hands, and he actually opened it up, and he understood, like, oh, this is how this dude plays these games. Mm-hmm. He has a copy of my entire main category. And that's the old Mame. What I have now far surpasses what I sent him.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
Anyways.
it's all but it's all about convenience, Henyo.
It's a convenience, bro.
If you want to, as Sleek said, you have the capability, the know-how, the knowledge to build what you want, how you want it, anytime you want it.
And I'll say, and I'm gonna say this as a caveat, and then we're gonna close it out because we can talk about this all night. But
yeah,
the Mame, the thing you got to know about Mame, Henyo, and you probably already know this, is that the games and to make it simple, the way I understand it, the games come in a set which you have to match with the actual Mame emulator, because if not, your games won't work. And then there's this thing about updating, because there is a community out there that continues to update them and whatnot. So you can get involved in that, and your games could, be running on a newer I don't do none of that. Like, I got my set and my emulator intact, and that's what I run, and that's what I play. And you'll see that with Mame, there's thousands and thousands of games. You're probably gonna play like, a handful of them, because those are the games that you reminisce on. So
yeah,
and that's about
I'm pretty sure I got the hardware sitting in my closet right now.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Maybe I'll build something out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Henyo, I'm pretty sure you could probably dust off 3 years worth of computer components and build a machine.
Yeah,
and even
most definitely.
And even N-Time would tell you, because N-Time was like, you know what? I got this old computer. I got this. And that brother was like, you know what? I can do all. And he did it. Yeah. And it didn't take him but like a week. He's like, yeah, it's running now. I'm like, really? He's like, yep. I just felt like tinker. He just felt like tinkering, and he made it happen.
Yeah, it's
an arcade case out of it, nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with the arcade. I'm glad that I got this arcade, and if I would have known about this whole setup before the 1-up, I would have skipped on the 1-up and just went straight to this. To be honest, but I'm glad, got the little experience with the 1-up, and that one got a RetroPie in it, and I'm dying to pull it out of there and pull some games off of it and put it on the other one. But all of this is time. All of this is time, and if you ain't got the time, then forget about it.
Don't worry about it.
For sure.
Enjoy your
game. If you want to take the easy way out, I sent you the post in the Discord. Those of you who want to know what I have, please go to DFG Discord.
Yeah, Drama Free Gaming Discord. Come and hang out with us. Come and join up. And if you ask Dark Dad about 100 times, he'll probably get back to you after a month. But
no, I won't. Don't even sell me short like that.
He'll put it on.
I gotta go.
But we're gonna bounce out of here, and Henyo's gonna break out. I'm gonna break out. I need to go to sleep too, because we got this thing called work tomorrow.
What you trying to say?
Henyo, say your goodbyes, and then I'll stay with Jay for a little bit.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate it. I feel the love. I thank you for letting us vent tonight, and it always continues there.
Appreciate you, brother. We got you.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night, man.
Yeah.
All right. You hear me, Jay?
Oh, yeah. Be good, brother. I'm with you, man.
All right. Well, Jay, you want to speak your piece, man? And to whoever has listened to us up to this point, it was a bit unorthodox today, but I think we needed to just get it out there. And, it's good to switch things up. To be honest, on the gaming scene, what you guys see me playing, the Blasphemous, I've been hooked on Blasphemous. It's been an awesome game. It continues to be an awesome game. Appreciate you guys for hanging out on the YouTube with us, leaving your comments. And I just want to go back a little bit to what you said earlier, Jay. We're not alone. And as men, we have this challenge at times that we feel like we have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. And we all spoke about, at least on this panel this evening, how when we were raised, it was something that was demonstrated to us and we saw with our own eyes. Our parents worked hard. The people that surrounded us worked hard. Nothing was given to us. And so we grew up with a mindset and a work ethic that is probably foreign to a lot of people in this generation, to a younger generation. But with that said, I want to say this, that we don't, nor can we ever carry the quote unquote weight of the world on our shoulders, because sooner or later, we're going to run into the wall. Sooner or later, the darkness is going to overpower us. And if you don't know what I'm speaking about, and you haven't been in that place, or maybe you've described it as something else, it's that place and that time in our lives where we feel completely helpless and completely alone. And we are not alone. We are never alone. Our problems are not unique to us. That's what your mind wants to tell you. That's what the voices want to tell you. That's what this world and the enemy wants to tell, that you're alone, that you're no good.
He's right, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to
that
him.
You are worthless, that you should just end it. And I'm not a therapist. Not a therapist, but I can tell you this. We need to get it out in the open. And that's what this podcast, I wanted it to be about. I wanted us to talk about not just two men on a stage, on a platform, one slapping the other, it's bigger than that. It's the world that we live in and the life that we live in and how we live in that life. We're either going to respect one another and respect ourselves, or we're going to be at each other's throats. And I tell you what, I'd rather live in harmony. I'd rather live in peace. I'd rather be and have a sense of being every day of my life, that God gives me the opportunity to be on this planet and do something for the good. And so I don't want to belabor this anymore. Just know that you are not alone. Don't do anything that is going to cause people a lot of pain. Because just because we're gone, we leave casualties behind. We leave people behind. And they're going to hurt. They're going to hurt, and they're going to be confused, and their life is going to be screwed up. So we're not on an island. We don't live on our own. We affect one another. And so we need one another. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Just reach out to somebody. Don't isolate. Jay, I appreciate you always being an ear to hear, picking up the phone, calling me, sometimes just jumping on a game and playing and just getting me into the place where I need to be. Not necessarily where I want to be, but the place that I need to be.
Well,
so I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, well, as men, my younger men and my older men, don't be afraid to challenge one another. Don't be afraid to hurt each other's feelings. Because at the end of the day, the test of a man's friendship and a man's metal is to rub against another man's metal to sharpen your iron as you want to sharpen his.
That's right. Iron sharpens iron.
You can't be afraid to engage a man knowing that you may hurt his feelings, but he may need to hear what you have to say. and that's how we gain respect for one another. Because that's one of the things now that I see as a man that we are lacking in this world is respect for one another, whether we want to hear things other people have to say or not.
Mm.
So be strong. Don't be afraid to say what you got to say, because there's been many times in time I had to, that brother's had to grab me by my throat and lift me up and me go, boy, if you don't get your butt out of this sludge, this ain't where you belong. This ain't where you at. And he's had to let me know several times. And I thank him and I thank you for that. Because if no one's willing to put you in your place and grab you by your throat, especially as a man, how do you know how can you grow? How will you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to read. So everybody, please, whether it's a stranger, whether it's somebody you know, don't be afraid to hear the truth. Don't be afraid of the truth. Don't run from the truth. Because the truth will open your eyes to a better place, and it will put you in a better place, because that's where you need to be anyway. And with that, I want everybody to have a great day and a great night. End time. It's always a pleasure being on this podcast with you, laughing, joking, good or bad. I am proud and I'm happy to share this time and this space with you.
All right, brother. And that's I echo the sentiments. Guys, if you guys have listened to us here on Drama Free Gaming, we hope that you've stuck around. We hope that you've enjoyed and have been entertained. Again, with this unorthodox episode. We will be back. We will be talking more exclusively about games. Maybe not next week. We're giving it some time to marinate. Not a lot of news out here that's really piqued any of our interest, and we just don't want to be like an echo chamber. But at the same time, we know we have a platform that we use it more like a get together, a meetup, so that we can just kind of lay our burdens down and just chat it up and again, just touch bases and, maybe re-energize and rejuvenate one another and just share a laugh. Cause I don't know, I always feel better after I get a couple of laughs. And so, life is great. Don't take anything too serious. And
I'm gonna say
handle
this.
your business. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, I want to say this, by the way. And I'm pretty sure in time we'll echo this. It took us 64 episodes of a podcast to get here.
Yeah.
If you have listened to any of these shows, you will see a transformation, not only from End Time, but from myself. And this is who we are. Like, don't think that we are two old, grumpy, ignorant men sitting here just yapping and griping. No, what you hear is who we are.
Yeah. And and I'm gonna add to that just for again, because I can't help myself, but
Just say it, baby.
We are a lot of things to a lot of people on a lot of different stages, and depending where we're at and what we're doing and in the moment and whatnot. But Jay said it. Holistically, we are who we are. Good, bad, ugly. The refined parts are refined. The rough edges are there. We don't claim to hold any stake to being the model of anything. But I think that, at least for me, it makes me efficient and effective and confident in what I do and how I do it. And you guys have heard me mentioning my faith in my God. And again, that's my life. And so, it might sound a little bit different to some people who listen and say, whoa, how can that brother say one thing about God, and you know what? It may not fit your idea or your upbringing, but I will tell you this. You know, he knows what he's doing. And I thank God that is by his grace, by my faith in Christ and in Christ alone that I am acceptable before the eyes of God. And I'm just trying to live for him in all my imperfections as well. Not using it as an excuse or a crutch, but just trying to be real and just laying it all down. Again, if I can reach people by the way that I am, because this is who I am, then all glory and praise and honor goes to my Lord and King.
Amen.
And with that, I'm ready to wrap it up, Jay.
Hey, man, y'all have a great night out here.
All right, guys, take care. Be good to one another. And remember to keep your gaming and your life, as always, drama-free. Later.
Later, guys.